Hi, this is Leonard from Kosmic Sound. We're here to talk about the Native Instruments Control X1 today. First thing I want to do is just run you through the setup we've got here. We're running a MacBook Pro here, running Traktor Pro. We've got two CDJ 2000s running in HID control mode. Zone 92 mixer by Allen and Heath. And of course the two units in question, the Native Instruments Traktor Control X1s. So basically what I want to do is explain to you today how these things work and how they can impact upon your usage of the Traktor software. Whether you're running Traktor Scratch Pro or Traktor Pro, it's definitely an excellent addition to any setup. So what I want to do first is run you through the different elements of this controller. At the bottom we've got the playback section, right above that the looping section, above that your browsing controls, and then finally at the top all these are for effects control. So to start out, playback section at the bottom here has a number of different purposes. One, for simply playing back and stopping your track, like so. Second part here is for jumping backwards and forwards within your track, so you can actually move to the nearest cue point or back to the beginning of the track using the shift button. And this one here, or this one to get back to your nearest cue point. Next row of buttons here you can use to jump beats, backwards and forwards. Probably can't hear this very well, but it's basically jumping forwards and backwards one beat every time I hit this button. And finally at the top is your manual looping controls, which you probably won't use a lot given this excellent control from this loop knob here. Each of these buttons has a shift state as well. So for example, to jump back to the beginning of the track, shift in this one here. If you're actually an old school style DJ and you don't want to use timecode, you can use these ones here as your pitch bend. Moving these here will actually bend the track in and out. Using the hot cue button, I can also use these buttons to jump between different cue points in the track that you've set up previously. Like so. The beauty of this as well is that I can actually hit all these buttons out of time, and as long as I've got the snap and quantize features enabled on the software, it'll always drop in on time. Like so. Above that you've got your looping section. This is very, very simple. Basically set your loop size, click the button to create the loop. You can then lengthen it or shorten it, click it again to drop it out. If you've created a loop and you actually want to move that throughout the track, hold shift and twist the knob. As you can hear, because I've got snap and quantize enabled, it'll always drop in on time, so you can be in the middle of a 4-deck mix and do this and it won't affect it at all. Next section up is your browsing, which is pretty simple. Just use these knobs to pick the track you want to play, click it to load the track to a deck. Some other really cool things this can do, if you hit shift and click, you can go to full screen browser. And another great feature is holding shift and twisting this knob will actually move your position in the track. It's like a scan feature. Also, because I've got snap and quantize enabled, this will always happen in time and not ruin my mix. Another quick one that's great as well, as I mentioned before, these beat jump buttons. If I happen to be in a loop and I drop out at the wrong time, I can quickly catch up by moving forward a beat at a time, get back into the mix. Finally, top section here is for effects. This can be used two different ways. So if you have an advanced effect, this top one here will actually turn the effect on. And you've got three knobs here to actually manipulate the effect. Wet, dry mix at the top. If you're using a chained effect, this will actually control your three different effects. Major advantage of this is that you can't do that with the software. You can only ever control one thing at a time with your mouse. This gives you control over three different parameters or three different effects all at the same time. Finally, your shift state here can actually be used to change effects very simply by holding shift and pressing the button. As you can see there, it's cycling through the different effects at the top, then I'm ready to drop in it again. So just to wrap up, we'll talk a little bit about price. The Traktor Control X1 goes for $285 currently. It's $299 retail. It also comes with an excellent bag, which we do a bundle for $329 including the bag. This is obviously a storage case, also raises it to the height of a standard mixer. I can also tell you it's built to an excellent standard, same build quality as Machine, looks really great next to Machine if you're a current owner of Machine as well. Come in and see us at Kosmic Sound, we'll sort you out a great deal.